Hi everyone, we are Team 20. During our discussion with the team, we found out that concerts always have been engaging and uniting point for fans and artists. In 2020, the pandemic happened unexpectedly, which caused a sharp decrease in live entertainment. We can clearly see from the IFPI 2022 report that the live industry is still recovering from the pandemic. But what was the uniting point for fans in that period? Virtual concerts. For artists, virtual concerts have become a new way of communicating with their audience. Using this chance, we wanted to research more on how virtual concerts had impacted on the popularity and trends of the artists by considering the next three cases.
So our first case was BTS. BTS was one of the first adopters of virtual concerts, hosting Bang Bang Kong, which was a live stream 24-hour event that combined clips from their previous concerts as a way to make up for their canceled world tour. The success of Bang Bang Kong led to Bang Bang Kong The Live, which was a continuously live virtual concert attended by over 700,000 people. BTS pushed the envelope of technology by introducing a new system that linked their light sticks through their global community platform app, Weverse. This allowed fans watching the performance to have their light sticks change in real time, an important element of the live performances they've often attended. They were able to connect over 500,000 BTS light sticks together.
Yeah, so the second case is SM, which is a Korean entertainment company. It holds a virtual concert through Beyond Live in collaboration with Naver. Super M's virtual concert was the first performance of Beyond Live and was successfully held and earned more than $2 million. So we were able to observe more clearly how fans' engagement can be formed in virtual reality. Next is Travis Scott. Travis Scott gave a successful concert at the Fortnite Games. It was opened with his large avatar, which was produced in 3D appear in the sky. Scott also released his first new song along with his signature song. Travis Scott's achievements are all the more remarkable in that it's a collaboration between the performance industry and the game industry.
So now we'll take a look at some of the numbers from these events. As you can see, based on this chart, which starts the week before the first concert, which was the Travis Scott concert, and the week after the last concert, the BTS concert, Travis Scott experienced a large spike in YouTube daily views, whereas the other two, although they might have reached a little bit of an increase, didn't have that significant of a change, but they also didn't go down. Similarly, this is what the Spotify monthly listeners percent change looked like during that period of time. They all had pretty steady growth overall, and there isn't any significant increase around the specific times of those concerts either. But again, they continue to increase or stay the same.
So based on this, we find that virtual performances can be an effective way to maintain an artist's fandom, particularly when an artist is unable to reach a fan due to geographic issues or when in-person concerts are just not feasible. These performances do help maintain engagement. Particularly, it does allow the continued engagement of fans even during the slow periods of an artist's career. And while none of these graphs show a significant positive increase, none of them show a dip in the numbers after the concert. Based on this, we have a few recommendations for artists looking to do virtual performances. The first is Platform Matters. Compared to BTS and SM, Travis Scott's box office did significantly go up. This is due to the fact that Travis Scott's fans are not on average segmented as video game enthusiasts. Thus, by doing it on Fortnite, a whole new segment of fans were allowed to be introduced. The second is price point. The price of the concert will affect how wide of an audience you reach. BTS's free concert reached 50 million and Travis Scott's free was 27, compared to Super M's, which was critiqued for being $50. Finally, we would like to acknowledge that these concerts cannot replace live performances. And if anything, they're complementary rather than a replacement option. Based on all of our work, we have found some potential future works and possible shortcomings. We would like to look more extensively around audio fingerprinting and look around the data, particularly around fan base with announcement time, and do certain genres see more success. Finally, we do know that the current data we have does not prove that the positive spikes in the metrics were caused by these concerts, and we'd like to look at a larger sample of concerts, particularly BTS, who had multiple virtual concerts, to see an overall idea of this effect.
Great timing, guys. Wonderful. All right, judges, you have 2 to 3 minutes to ask some questions.
Yeah, so sorry if I'm being a little dense here. So I think this is really interesting, definitely an area like I think we're all interested in learning more about. What is the product or the practical application of what you're presenting? So it's, you know, I get the data piece investigating, but like who would use this and how?
I can start taking that. So we were kind of looking at this through basically an impact report. So looking at it, particularly with larger artists, how do you maintain global fan engagement, particularly with how widespread streaming is and how wide your fan base is? Certainly, we knew that live performances, which we were so glad to have back in our lives, would overtake the concept of of virtual performances. And so seeing them more as a new medium for visual art or for performance art and a new way to view music and art was kind of the way we were looking at this, as well as continuing this global form of fan engagement.
Do you see this more something that's impacting the larger artists, like the ones you have here, as opposed to your more mid-level artists? Like, how do you think they're going to participate in this type of format moving forward?
So I can also, Sarah, do you want to take it or do you want me to take it?
I can start. So I think in terms of smaller artists, this would be an interesting thing to continue to explore about if there were free concerts and maybe on different platforms, how new audiences would engage with that. So something like a Fortnite concert where maybe you're getting more people that are invested in the video game but happen to see a concert and decide to stick around could be a great way to grow your audience for things like that.
I'll also add to that, one of the things that we had also looked into was Twitch. Obviously, Twitch is a kind of a good example of a smaller platform where you could have millions of views, but for smaller artists, does have a lot of the systems already set up. We were curious to look at places where they were developing new technology and where maybe larger artists were looking at how can I still maintain artists and global fan engagement without maybe perhaps using Twitch or doing something that's more of a performance-based aspect.